Hold on 1 second. I need to box this dude's head in real quick.
Oh, that's a nice little boy putt you had there. Nice little boy drive.
I think John Daly should really pursue more in this acting career. What is up, everybody? And we are back here on the Dan's Golf World Show. An exciting world that we are in right now. Golf movies? Are there any other better kind of movies that exist? Josh, don't answer that question. We know your answer. In my opinion, I think golf movies are the best movies, but I also want to welcome to the show, making his way on camera and here onto the big stage, onto the show, the one and only, we call him, he goes by Josh, another Josh. We got more Joshes in the studio. Goes by Jay Reed, JR, Jay this, Jay that. What's up, Josh? Dude, thanks for joining us, man.
Dude, I'm honored, Dan. I'm happy to be here. Got huge shoes to fill for the one and only Gary, but
you know, we can see your eyes. You don't have shades on.
Yeah.
We can verify. You can see us.
I'm going to do my best to honor his legacy until he returns. That's the goal.
Question, scale of 1 to 10, how much do you idolize the great, the one, the only
Tiger Woods? Or Gary. Gary 10.
Gary Woods.
I'll give you like a 7.
That's fair.
Cool 7.
Oh, good. Another Josh, because one wasn't enough. No, let's double the Joshes. Let's fill the studio like it's a Josh convention at a Bass Pro Shops parking lot. You know what they say. 2 Joshes make a migraine, but sure, fine. Welcome, Josh 2.0, or should I say, re-Joshinated. You've got a firm handshake, probably drink Diet Mountain Dew, and I already resent your optimism, but hey, maybe you're the better Josh.
Whoa.
Funnier, faster. But just know, I once hexed a man for pronouncing links golf with an American accent. Stay sharp. I see you. I see both of you. And if you ever try to form a Josh alliance, I'll duct tape you both to a launch monitor and make you watch a 14 handicapper explain his swing thoughts for 7 hours. No breaks, no water. Anyway, welcome to the chaos. Hope you survive. Gizmo out.
Wow.
Well, do you know what we could probably do? It would be hilarious if we go and record it. Go to those Josh. There are Josh conventions.
That would be great.
There was a whole LARPing thing going on with a whole bunch of Joshes. It was weird.
Rich, are you getting tickets to that or what?
Would I be allowed to enter?
No. Get him out. Check his birth certificate.
He's not a Josh. He's not a Josh.
You could tell from a mile away.
Do you think they if you legally change your name to Josh, does that count? Or they're like, no, he's not a natural Josh, born Josh.
He's not a natural.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with that one.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, hey guys, dude, happy Gilmore 2.
I think I'm just going to go with Josh 2 or Josh 2.0, Josh 2, something like that. That's where I'm going to go.
That's fair. But guys, happy Gilmore 2. What? Do we all watch it? Has everybody seen it? We all got it under our belts at this point? All right.
I was pleasantly surprised. I'm happy with the way it turned out. It's exactly where I thought it was going to sit. It's not the greatest movie of all times, but they had a lot of funny moments, a lot of things. And if you walk in without your expectations set too high, you're pleasantly satisfied at the end of the movie.
But isn't it hard to walk in without your expectations set extremely high?
No.
Oh,
because usually sequels are terrible.
Why? What happens? Why is that?
I don't know why. I think because the original idea was a great idea, then they just try and repackage the same idea again. It's no, you need to have a different idea. So they just don't do it for the second one. When you have things that are made in trilogies or are made in sequels, that you look at Star Wars, or you look at I don't know, big brands like that, then yeah, the second ones are good because it's a whole story arc and each of the movies aren't a complete movie. And then they're like, oh, hey, we made a bunch of money. Let's try and make more money.
So you're talking kind of like all the superhero movies.
Well, and I think they're just at the point of just trying to make more money.
Go ahead, Josh.
I
dying over here.
So when it came out Friday, that same day, I actually went to go see a superhero movie. I saw Fantastic Four, and then I watched this after I got home.
Did you see it in theaters? Did you went to the theater and then came home, double feature? Nice.
Yeah. I thought this was better.
Really?
Yeah.
Here we go.
So that Fantastic Four was that bad?
No, I'm not saying it
Oh.
was bad. I'm just saying they were two completely different types of films.
Well, that's true.
But I enjoyed this more than Fantastic Four.
Interesting.
Expectations lower probably as well going in, I would assume.
Yeah, I knew from the jump that it wasn't gonna be like a perfect movie,
Right.
because it's Happy Gilmore. I mean, even the first one. I mean, can we all agree that Happy Gilmore, the first one, wasn't the best movie, but it's like one of his best movies, like nostalgic wise?
Here's the thing. Happy Gilmore, the original, was one of those, like, the movies that you watch over and over growing up. For me, it was like, that falls into the category of like Tommy Boy.
Yeah.
That was a movie. It was just like on repeat, watched it a million times. You can quote every other line. Last night, we also watched Big Daddy, because now my kids are kind of into like the old Adam Sandler era. And I'm realizing, I'm like, I can quote like half this movie, like word for word. Like, what's your name? He'll write it on the wall. Mind your business. Like, just, you can't help it.
When
Yeah.
he's taking a pee in the corner.
Hey, buddy, now it is your problem.
Is Big Daddy the one with Scuba Steve?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Steps Scuba Steve, damn you.
Yeah.
He steps on him.
Well, we did it right. I feel like we did. My kids had not seen the original Happy Gilmore. And of course, nobody had seen the Happy Gilmore 2 at this point. So we did double feature. We jumped in, we watched both. And, for me, it was great because, of course, movies like that you haven't seen for a while, it takes you back. There's parts you forgot. You'll re-laugh at some stuff. So it really also gave me a good perspective going into the second one, having just watched the first. I was fresh on the storyline, the callbacks and all that. Here's what I'll say. I did enjoy it. I liked it. I thought it was a fun movie. If you're just talking like fun, dumb, laughable comedy, I did like it. I will say, though, I do think my expectations were a touch high. But the buildup, I feel we've been talking about this for 6 months at least on the show. I mean, minimum. And, even back at, TGL, they had like the car there. They had, all kinds of like props from the original movie. So we've been hyping this thing for so long. It's so tough to be like, well, just let your guard down and laugh and don't expect it to be great. It's like, well, I've never looked forward to something for 6 straight months with the intention of it not being awesome. Yeah, I think. I don't know.
I just thought about it. We were talking, I think I announced it on the show that they were making Happy Gilmore 2 when we were in the corner.
Wow.
It's been that long.
So, I mean, we might be coming up on like
You're
a
talking
year.
about the corner of the podcast room, right?
Yeah, when we were in the corner. So for those who don't realize the perspective, if you go back to like episode 1, we were like in the corner of this room and it was a whole different thing. Different animal. A lot of fun. Different time, different era. Okay, here's my question. Maxi Golf. Was that just sort of like a coincidence storyline, or were we hinting at some form of LIV Golf, PGA Tour kind of a thing? Do we have any speculation we want to throw out there? Anybody?
Yeah, I think absolutely. I think that's exactly what it was the LIV Tour thing. Like when you saw it immediately, I think the who was it? Haley Joel Osment's character.
Yeah.
I forget his name in the movie, but he's wearing shorts and they're like, we'll give you a penalty if you wear shorts. And he's like, I don't care. It's like, oh, okay. Well, that seems like it's a little bit hinted at LIV, and then they break off and do their own thing.
Also, I think golf should just be 7 holes.
Right.
We're shortening the days of a
To
tournament.
play on the 54 holes. Yeah. No, exactly.
I don't know. Rich, where are you at on that?
It's 100%. Or LIV and Maxi is the same. It's like 100%. Like the best part about it though is like they're making fun of it as well, like as it should be. That's what the movie does.
Yeah. What was it awkward at all that we had Bryson and Koepka over here like battling for traditional golf? I don't know.
No, I mean
It's all fun.
it's a stupid movie that's just a stupid funny movie. Like
Yeah.
it's just like Happy Gilmore, the first one. It's a stupid funny movie. There's no part of it that should be taken real or literal or anything. Like I mean, it's just fun.
Well, here's the thing. I also think it would be super weird if it was like it comes out, Bryson and Brooks refused to do the movie because of their like standing up for LIV, and they felt like this was too satirical in mocking the tour they're a part of.
Now,
And I mean, like everybody's making fun of everybody. Scheffler gets arrested again. He's like,
Which
"Oh, I
was
know this
great.
girl." Like, come on, like that's awesome.
Can we just agree that was a huge highlight of the movie?
oh yeah.
I mean, even though it was like sort of crowbarred in, he's like stepping up to his tee shot and he just is like, hold on 1 second. I need to box this dude's head in real quick, which is double funny because he's like the most non-reactive person on the earth. Like we even see, we're like, man, like can we get more out of Scheffler? Like let's get, and then his role in the movie is just like, oh, he said one thing. Let me just pull his jersey over his head and give him a couple uppercuts.
What was cool,
so here's the question. Do you think the writing happened so the movie's already wrote, they're already producing, they're already doing everything. Then Scheffler gets arrested. It's like, oh, we have to crowbar this in to make it funny.
Well, I think we were looking at a timeline yesterday, Josh, and when was it like when the script started circulating and then when they started filming?
I know they started filming in the fall of last year.
So there was the filming took place after the arrest. So who knows how solid the script was. But we also know that they had to make some changes because Chubbs, his unfortunate passing here in the last year, Carl Weathers, he was going to be a big part of the movie coming back. And unfortunately, he passed away. So we do know that there were changes being made to the movie, throughout this process. I mean, they did have 30 years to get this thing honed in. But yeah, then even like the post credits, like little Scotty Scheffler scene, we got one of those, which is fun. But Scotty, what was it? He was like, "What are we having for dinner?" or something like that.
Yeah, it was like chicken fingers, and he's like, "Okay, I guess I'll stay another night."
He goes, "You're good to go." He goes, "You have another phone call to get someone to come get you." He goes, "What are you guys having for dinner?"
I also love when he was getting arrested. He's like, "Not again."
Or when he's in the jail and he's like, "Shut up, we're watching golf." Like he's a hardo in the cell.
But like meanwhile, he's in like his ankle socks and khaki pants. That's great.
I also love that in typical Adam Sandler fashion, he's got all of his buddies that have been in all of his movies. We're all crammed in there in some different roles. And
So classic. Well, and at this point, like he went so deep. Like he had like the common buddies, like all the usuals that are in all the movies. Yeah. And then he had like every single celebrity he's ever given like a high five to in the movie somehow. A couple highlights. Okay, first of all, I don't think John Daly should be considered a cameo. I think he was a full-on like role in the movie. He was just a storyline actor, and he was awesome. Big fan. I think John Daly should really pursue more in this acting career in humorous golf movie type comedies.
I say put him in every single Adam Sandler movie, and then have him just play himself.
Yeah, just join the gang.
Yeah,
he's like one of the guys. You have Rob
I would
Schneider
love
and
in real
John
life
Daly.
to just hang out with. I would love in real life just to hang out with him for a day, like just like go golfing, get hammered with him, like spend after golf just drinking all night with him. It's listen to him tell stories, and I think it'd be so much fun.
I think he's completely in the category of just a living legend. I mean, yes. And obviously he's a legend in terms of the world of golf, but he's also a legend just in him as a personality, his behavior. I think he's probably, among the most well-known names of people who don't know anything about golf.
Yeah, he's a pop culture icon.
Yeah, he totally is. He's drinking John Daly's. I don't even think some people even understand like what that even means. That it's like, well, no, it's an Arnold Palmer and the guy is from golf and you dump vodka on it and that makes it a John Daly.
Well, you
Makes
notice
sense.
his good boys were all over the film with him.
I wonder about stuff like that. I mean, obviously Subway's paying money to be in the movie.
Yeah.
Who else was in it?
Which is funny because Subway was a big part of the first one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's true. I didn't even think about that.
Trojan condoms.
Yeah.
They came in big.
After kid number 5.
So I wonder, like something like that. Is that just like a cool free plug? Like, yeah, dude, you can throw your drinks out and have fun.
I have a feeling Sandler's not telling John Daly, no, you can't bring your good boys.
Yeah, you have to have a White Claw instead of whatever.
I mean, he never mentioned it.
Yeah.
You just had it sitting out there. It's not like, I don't even think he took a sip of one.
And Sandler knew how important John Daly was in this movie. Like, it was Uncle John Daly. It was, what did he say? He said, make kids feed John Daly when I'm gone or something like that.
He's just like out lounging in the garage.
Don't let him sleep in my bed.
Yeah.
And if he does, no M&Ms.
Yeah.
Xander Schauffele and Rickie Fowler kind of had a fun moment at the champions dinner. I thought they were fine. I mean, their moments were brief.
It's totally Xander, though.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I did feel like. I felt like we were seeing like a little bit of like the TGL fun side of their personality that we would sometimes see like in the press conferences and stuff like that. It felt natural. It didn't feel weird and forced. I liked it.
No.
Eminem, where are we at on that?
Well, speaking of Xander,
Yeah.
did you see that clip with Xander and Charley this week?
No.
So Xander,
Charlie Hall, not Charlie Woods.
No, not Charlie Woods, Charlie Hall.
Charlie Hall, yes.
So I don't know what they were playing. I don't know where they were playing, but somehow Charlie Hall outdrove him. She goes, "Oh, that's a nice little boy putt you had there. A nice little boy drive." Like,
wait, did you say Xander?
Wasn't it Xander?
I thought it was Morikawa.
Morikawa.
Oh, it was Morikawa. I'm getting confused on who it was. It was still a funny clip, though.
Which he was in the movie as well, among many. Eminem, where are we at on that?
I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have a strong take for or against Eminem, to be honest. I was happy to see him in it just because anytime Eminem's on my screen, I'm happy to see him.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a little bit more hyped up than it deserved to be.
It was hype even before the movie came out. It was like they had that as a promotion.
Yeah.
Of Happy and Jackass Guy's son, talking to each other.
I like that they made him Jackass Guy's son, though.
Yeah, they didn't give him a name.
Yeah.
I saw an interview of Adam Sandler. He was talking about how he gets all these cameos, and they specifically talked about Eminem. Like, how do you get him in the movie? And he was like, hey, it's never fun. I hate doing it. Like, I know it ruins their day. He was like, but I called him. And he's like, we've met a couple times. So I know the guy, we're friendly, he's like, but I got his number. So I called him and he was like, hey, I hate doing this to you and I hate doing this stuff, but we're kind of making this movie and we got this spot for you. And I think it could be really funny. So I don't know if you get some time, would you shoot out to LA for one day? We'll get you done in a day. And he was like, Eminem was like, yeah, I'm in. Tell me when, like whatever. And he goes, he was awesome about it. He got all the way into character. He went with it. He gave it everything. He's like, I'm so thankful. He's like, he goes, I always feel bad doing it. He's like, man, if I wouldn't have answered the phone, I wouldn't have just, had my entire weekend ruined by this thing I got to do now. He's like, but he's cool. He's like, so I had to do that like 70 times for this movie.
I can't. That was a vicious death scene though.
The alligators in the pond.
Yeah.
Somebody pointed out they're like, things that are plausible and things that are not. Like, for example, an alligator takes your ball and you go in and you kick its butt to get vengeance because it took somebody's hand, yada, yada. Things that are not plausible. Somebody jumps into a pond and it is brutally, mutilated by a group of alligators on live TV, and everybody laughs and nobody cares and the broadcast goes on. Like a little less plausible, but it's fine.
That's where it kind of went off the rails.
That's Maxi Golf right there.
Yeah. Everybody's just like, yeah, like just getting destroyed.
What do you guys think about the Post Malone part?
Oh, DJ Omar, gosh.
Yeah, I actually would have liked to have seen like more Post Malone like doing stuff.
Yeah.
Than, he was spent a lot of time at that like anchor desk. But you know what? Post Malone has created this like style that, his sort of aura that he's got. I don't know what it is, but I love it. It's like, I don't know. It's like Dolly Parton meets like some kind of like rap god. I have no idea.
Kat Von D.
Yeah.
To Dolly Parton.
Yeah. Hands down, best Bryson DeChambeau line of the movie.
Those aren't your titties. Those are my titties.
Yes. of all people, Rory too.
That's what makes it even more funnier because I'm laughing and I'm watching it with my fiance and she's like, why are you laughing so hard at the scene? I understand it's funny. I go, you don't understand. Bryson's got his number.
Yeah, like, because he's like prior to the movie coming out, obviously this was filmed, back in the fall last year, whatever. But here we have Bryson in interviews saying like he's going to be chirping Rory at the Ryder Cup. He hopes he gets paired with him. And then like 4 days after that interview comes out, he's like, those are my titties. Like, which is oddly weird because Tommy Fleetwood was twisting Rory's tit like a couple weeks ago while he was doing an interview, which is weird and awkward. All right. What'd you guys think of Adam Sandler's, the actors who played his kids in the movie?
Awesome.
They were great, right?
They were
awesome. A little out of control. They were fun.
They were hilarious. So I know MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, or whatever it's called. His name's called, from wrestling.
Oh.
And then the one on the
Real
left,
wrestling or
AEW wrestling, not WWE. Kid to his left, that's Carl from Shameless. So if you've ever seen Shameless, that's him. And I don't know where the other two came from, but as a group, the four of them, they were just hilarious.
Fantastic. Them and John Daly, I think, were probably the stars of the show to me. Just anytime they were in that house, it was funny.
The scene where like they cut to each of them at their various jobs doing the same.
Or when they're beating the crap out of the car, and then that other guy comes in.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember his name, but it's the guy from Grown Ups that's stuck like this.
Oh,
what is? I forget his.
I've
what
never
his
seen
name.
Grown Ups.
But
Steve
okay.
Buscemi. Steve Buscemi.
But as he's beating up the car, he joins them. He's like, "What are you doing?" And he started chasing him.
Adam Sandler's actual family was in the movie.
Yes.
We had two of his daughters and his wife. Is that?
Yes.
The cast?
Well, I think he only has 2 daughters.
Okay, his 2 daughters and his wife.
Yeah.
You know that we know of. I mean,
But
it's pretty big time.
Those weren't the only kids in the film.
Who else had kids in the film?
Ben Stiller.
Oh,
So
just drug everyone into this
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
And not a single person got paid.
I couldn't grab any pictures of it, but at the beginning of the movie, when Happy is at the liquor store and he buys the case of Jack and he couldn't buy it and he stole a little shooter, his daughter was that girl. And then his son was Will Zalatoris' caddy.
Which I am so glad they brought Will Zalatoris. And after all these years of us saying that, was it Blondie or whatever was Blondie. The original? Like, we're like, everybody's like, that is Will Zalatoris. Like, how is it not? And we finally got to see those universes collide. I feel like we all needed it.
The one thing that people have said about that negatively is that the continuity is off. Because
what part?
Because of the age difference, the age gap.
Oh.
But other than that, it was perfect.
I'm like criticizing every part of the movie. And I'm like, yeah, but that part's fine. Like, no. That was fine.
We were talking about last show, weren't we, when we were going over the cast? We're like, oh, they're not going to make Will Zalatoris' caddy. And then they throw that in there, little reference.
Like he wasn't his caddy, but he was referred to as being his caddy, which that fixed it. That was the Band-Aid we needed.
That's the best part about, I think, Adam Sandler films. All these one-off small characters don't get names. So it gives you that opportunity to open up those doors where Will Zalatoris can grow up and be Will Zalatoris and not that Blondie caddy, whatever the fake name would be.
Which also kind of like makes sense. Like he grew up caddying and now he's like a pro himself and, stay in the world of golf. I had never heard of Bad Bunny before.
Oh my God.
I thought that was Jelly Roll's wife. Isn't her name like
it's Bunny something.
Yeah. And then isn't there another Bonnie something else who's
Bonnie Blue?
Yeah, I get all these guys mixed. I don't know who.
I never thought we would mention Bonnie Blue on this.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Oh no!
Get the censor button ready.
Anyway, so he played the caddy in this movie.
He stole the show.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the scenes where like they're hitting to I'm shifty. That guy. They're hitting the balls at the end. At the end, he just nails them, and he's just sitting there in a pose. He goes, "You sicko!" Or when they're in the batting cage, and everyone's getting thrown at, or everyone's taking them. Like I think Bryson takes one of the nards, and then Rory's like stuck on the ground, and he's going by doing every single one, catching all of them. And then he goes up to Rory at the end. He goes, "Oh, you need breadstick?"
All right, before we get out of Happy Gilmore, we got a lot of other stuff to cover. I just want to real quick know, was anybody upset by the fact that Virginia Venant was killed in the first 5 minutes? Sorry, spoiler alert if you haven't seen the movie.
Me. I was upset. I wanted to see more Julie Bowen on the screen.
Which,
me too.
I mean, we still kept seeing her like in his happy place, which, is that.
She goes, "This was your happy place?"
Yeah. In her like negligee or whatever that's called.
Her getting to see his happy place after she dies is hilarious.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's
like,
so funny.
Like she's actually there.
This is what you see of me.
Well, also like that's so weird to think that like, in your afterlife, you're drug into the place that people think of you in. Like, why do you keep doing this to me?
With the old you in lingerie with 2 pictures of you on the bed. Yeah.
All right, next one. The splitting of the tendon in the hip.
Yeah, I'm not a fan
of that.
of that.
We okay with that? Are we not okay? I saw a thing. I don't know what golf page I follow on Instagram, but they're like, So who's signing up for that hip splitting surgery on Monday or whatever it was?
Hey, I had to get a piece of my hip bone chopped off, so maybe I could hit the ball a little farther than I'm supposed to.
You know what? If you have an unfair advantage from some hip surgery, we're going to know. It's not fair. Shooter McGavin making the turn to good guy. Didn't really see that coming.
Yeah, no.
I mean, the part that did make sense is he ended the last movie by flipping the breaker and going crazy. He's running down the fairway. He stole the jacket. He's like trying to put it on as like the whole crowd's chasing him. Obviously led him to just being completely driven insane. But during his time away and what was he reading? Like the book, like The Shining or something like that. You know, that really helped him find himself and come back and support, coming straight out of an insane asylum to coaching the greatest golfers in the world,
Which is insane.
Yeah, I mean that's how you know he's
and
good.
in between fighting Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
Last one. Okay, there's been a lot of criticism over Travis Kelce's acting. I didn't hate it. I don't know why. Here's the thing. It didn't stand out to me until I read those reviews and I had to go back and sort of reflect on it. You guys have thoughts?
Well, right away I knew it was a little flat. Like I could tell he just doesn't have the experience.
I mean, he's a football player.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think any of the golfers that were in there, I don't think anybody was just like, oh my God, that is the most believable line. I really believe this is going on. Like, that's not their job.
Right. And I mean, I don't know if you guys watched it multiple times. I only watched it the one time.
Just once.
Yeah. And then you, I think, told me after that people were saying they didn't like Travis Kelce, or maybe Josh did.
Yeah, it was in some of the reviews.
I didn't notice it watching a lot. I thought he was fine. I mean, it's a football player.
I think the reviews said that it was still funny. He still did a good job, but I feel like the writing and his delivery of those semi-serious, funny moments, or that one moment he had, it could have been timed up a little nicer.
Is that on him or the director?
It could have been. It could have been the writing.
Yeah.
It could have been him. It could have been the director. It could have been a whole bunch of stuff.
I disagree. I think it is on who's ever doing that stupid review. That's not the movie. You're not looking for Jason Kelce to deliver this heartfelt whatever. Like, come on, he's a football player. We're just supposed to be like, oh, cool, Travis Kelce's on the screen.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of him being there.
Yeah, like whoever went into it thinking he's going to pull off some like Daniel Day-Lewis. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not going to happen. I don't know.
What did I just watch? Happy Gilmore 2 isn't a movie, it's a crime scene in golf shoes. They kill off Virginia in the opening 5 minutes.
They did.
Off screen, no warning, like she was late to a Sandler Zoom call. Then Happy spirals into a box wine coma, gets caddied by Bad Bunny, and hallucinates Travis Kelce shirtless, covered in honey, about to be eaten by a bear. By the third act, we're in a neon golf apocalypse called Maxi Golf. It's like someone tried to reimagine golf using only a Red Bull commercial and a head injury. The golf? Nonsense. The plot? Held together with chewing gum and Topgolf receipts. The vibe? Like Mario Kart got a DUI. And yet, I laughed. I gasped. I stood up and slow clapped when Shooter McGavin rose from the haze like a Michelob-soaked messiah. I resent every second I enjoyed. It's not cinema. It's content with a backswing. And yes, I'll probably watch it again. Gizmo out.
That's fair. Okay.
I want to watch it again.
I'm probably going to watch it 10 more times.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's not too brutal. Thank you, Gizmo.
This is one of those movies where you could watch it multiple times and find something new each time.
Like the first one.
Well, that's true. I mean, there's tiny things like the fact that, like, I didn't even realize Tony Finau's son was in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for that brief moment where Tony Finau's on the green, it was his son holding the flag pin. Like, it's just like tiny things that are
Same with the Cameron Boyce cameo.
Yeah. Oh, if without the internet, I would have never seen that.
Rich, do you know who
Well,
that
and
is?
I think you got a huge kudos to Adam Sandler because, he's just doing that on the time. He's like, hey, your son's here. Hey, go hold the flag for your dad. Like, it's not like a pre-planned scripted. Make sure you bring your son so he can do this little thing. It's just like, hey, go hold the flag for him. Okay, cool.
Like, that's one of those, like, you're happy you went with dad to work that day.
Yeah.
You're happy Gilmore. You're happy.
You got to be happy on a Happy Gilmore set.
That's fair.
Terrible.
I don't know. I think, okay, overall, final before we get out of here. How do we just rate this thing? Is it like 2 thumbs up, 1 thumb up, no thumbs up, 2 thumbs down?
4 stars?
4 stars, 4 thumbs.
Yeah.
How many thumbs? On a scale of 1 to 5, how many thumbs do you give this?
I'm going to give it 2.9 thumbs.
2.9 thumbs. All right.
Rookie score.
Go ahead, Josh. How many thumbs?
I'm giving it 4.
4 thumbs?
Yeah.
I think it's just 2 thumbs up.
No. It's 1 to 5 thumbs.
1 to 5 thumbs.
Yeah. It's a scale of 1 to 5 thumbs.
I mean, the movie is exactly what it's supposed to be. It's getting 4 stars for me.
That's fair. 4 thumbs for Rich.
Thumbs. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Thank you. I'm giving it, I don't know, 3.8 thumbs.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing crazy. Right. Not over the top. It was fun. It was fun. I got to watch with the fam. We had a great time. I don't know. All right. I'm all done with Happy Gilmore talk. I'm out of it.
Thank God.
But here's what I will say. We do have some breaking news. Oh, yeah. There is some hot off the presses news rolling across our news desk. And I do apologize for making everybody wait so long. This one was devastating for me. We are at an end of an era in Augusta, Georgia. The Hooters on Washington Road, a Masters Week staple, has permanently closed. Since 1997, John Daly has set up shop in the parking lot to sign autographs and sell merch during the Masters Week, and they are shuttering the doors for one final time. Here's what I'll say. I ate at this Hooters just back in April. The line was wrapped around the building. John Daly was in the back, merch table, the whole thing. People were pumped to see him. The place was electric. But apparently 1 week of really good business can't sustain the other 51 weeks, apparently. And it is done. Sad. Other news, LIV Golf, big announcement. They are increasing the purses of the weekly prize money for the players. LIV Golf announces Monday they are increasing their weekly tournament payouts to $30 million per event in 2026, $20 million for the individual and $10 for the team. So they have added $5 more million for the team side of the play, really wanting to bolster the team portion of the competition. The PGA Tour's highest payout, including majors, is $25 million. So they decided, hey, hold my beer. We're going to give people way more money than you. Last but not least in breaking news, this is so important. We got to jump into this. Charley Hall is back ripping golf heaters. Now we remember, let's jump back into this really quick. In March of 2025, Charley Hall made headlines by announcing a 10,000 pound or about $13,000 wager that she would not smoke for 2 months. After completing the 2-month stretch, Hall proudly declared, I think it's the easiest thing I've ever done. Wow. Some people say quitting smoking is hard. For her, it was in fact the easiest thing she's ever done. Crediting nicotine pouches as her only vice. As she said,
using the Zins?
She had snus. But that was it. Here's the fun part, though. There are no official reports how long it lasted after her challenge ended. However, in a new Foreplay Golf YouTube video filmed after the challenge ended, Hall is seen smoking on the course and even lighting a cigarette for Foreplay's Frankie Borelli. As he takes a drag, Hall laughs and says, congratulations, you now broke your cigarette virginity. So he had, listen, if you've never ever tried, and I don't think anybody should, I'm not condoning this behavior, but in a hypothetical scenario, if you're going to have your first, who else would you want to do it with other than the one and only legendary Charley Hall? Frankie confirms it was his first time. Hall follows it up with, I need another one. I think I'm addicted. What a great follow-up line. No public comments yet from Hall's team, but the footage makes it clear she's officially back on the golf heaters. And that's it for breaking news right here on the Dan's Golf World Show. Yeah, that was a hard-hitting segment, right, guys? Yeah, that's pretty big time.
Do you think LIV include up in the purses is just a little bit because they're not going to be handing out all these signing bonuses to everybody? So it's like, hey, play some golf, win some more money.
That is a really interesting theory. Because we do know we got about a year left till Bryson is up, and he joined pretty close to the same time as guys like Brooks and, a little bit after Dustin Johnson. And they did. They made like a public announcement that they're not, for the guys who are re-signing the contract, there's no like re-up bonus. Maybe. But what is also interesting is that it's going into the team prize pool. And I think the main reason for that is because Joaquin Niemann is taking all of the solo winning prize pool. That they had to boost that other money that's being spread around a little bit.
I don't get him, man.
Dude, he's on fire over there. Like whatever's going on, it just fits him. Like guys, like some guys are better at like 3-on-3 basketball versus like whatever. Like this format is just built for him, and he is just crushing it.
I think Joaquin's going to be on the Ryder Cup.
Well, no, because he is from Chile, so he does not fall into U.S. or European team. He would be a potential for the President's Cup because that's basically the U.S. versus the rest of the planet.
U.S. versus the world.
Yeah, minus Europe. You know what I mean?
Do you ever think that if golf ever evolves to that point where there will be more teams in the Ryder Cup?
No, I don't think so.
No,
I think I think it is so like time honored tradition. What this thing is that if anything were to be anything, it would be something else on a different day at a different time, and they'd be called something different. I don't see like a 3-way. Like now we've got like
Asia.
Southeast Asia versus
Australia, South America,
and then like the Vikings. Like who knows? Like I have no idea. And then we have the Canadians. I don't know. But Joaquin Niemann on a tear. Dude is one. Here, I read this interesting stat. I think I put it down somewhere. I don't know where I put it. It's somewhere. But at this point, Joaquin Niemann has out-earned Scotty Scheffler in 2025 by a little over like $1 million, $1.5 million.
That's because of LIV money.
Yeah.
Got that LIV money. Out-earned Scotty Scheffler this year.
That's
wild.
Insane.
That's wild.
He's one of those guys that isn't regretting his decision to go to LIV.
Zero.
Sure.
You can't play in
Regrets.
majors though.
Yeah.
Speaking about the history of the Ryder Cup, you guys know what year the first Ryder Cup was?
Oh,
1872.
no, it's later than that. It's like
Dan instantly. No.
I'm going 1908. 1908 for me.
I thought it was like the 1930s.
Jesus, Dan.
Where is it?
June 3rd and 4th, 1927.
27. I was close, right?
Like you were off by 3 years.
I was pretty close.
It's insane.
Yeah, and there was even a whole story about the cup itself, and then the guy who funded it, and he kind of was like the backing behind this whole idea. And like what really brought it all together was the fact that he paid for the cup that was so expensive, and it was a whole thing.
The original format had 4 foursomes plus 8 singles for 36 holes each.
What a time to be alive. Tell you, the roaring 20s, the Ryder Cup's just popping off.
We're in the roaring 20s right now.
We are.
You know what? I will tell you this. As I was walking around in Ireland at the British Open, Royal Portrush, and as you know, obviously the fairways, the greens, beautifully manicured, all that, but where the pedestrians, the fans, and all of us are walking, it's just like stomped down dirt paths, that are just like out in the wild. And here's what I'm thinking. I was like, this is what they used to golf in. Like they weren't golfing in that part over there back in the day. Like whenever Royal Portrush started Royal Portrushing, they didn't have like these beautifully well-mowed, perfectly manicured courses. Like think about when golf first started. I'm like, this was the part they were playing on. Like, this is just like horrendous. Like, I couldn't even imagine. And then their balls, like, they were like some of them, they were doing like those feathery balls with the leather pouches. Like, they weren't even like a white ball. Like, a tan ball lost in the weeds, you're never finding.
No.
Just not happening. You're never going to find it. I don't know. That's a wild time for me to think about. Ryder Cup, 1927.
We're approaching the 100 years then. Next Ryder Cup will be 100-year anniversary.
And to be back in Europe, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's
fun to have the 100 years home soil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was the first Ryder Cup on U.S. soil? I believe so, right?
It's
got a 50-50 chance.
Yeah.
I know.
You can just pick either. You're almost
Chester
right.
Country Club in Maine.
Maine.
Yeah. They got some good lobster out there.
All right, guys, let's get caught up in a little bit of tour news. Aside from all of the movie golf we watched that we got so deep in the weeds on, there was a little bit of real golf played this past week. Kurt Kitayama finding his way back in the winner's circle out there at the 3M up there in Minnesota, hitting up there over all the lakes, having a great time. The dude, here's what I think is so interesting about Kurt Kitayama in this. The dude flat out almost didn't make the cut. He was one stroke ahead of the cut line and then goes off. Absolutely goes. Like, it's almost like, I don't know, like somebody hurt his feelings or something. And he was like, yeah, well, I'll prove to you I can.
It's like Bryson at the Open.
It's like Bryson at the Open. You're totally right. I mean, and again, like we said, if he would even shot like a mediocre round, he would have won the whole thing.
Yep.
Well, Kurt comes in, has a weekend surge of 17 under par, finishing minus 23 on the weekend. Won by one stroke over Sam Stevens, which nobody's ever heard of. But he put up a great fight, and really proud of him for taking that second place there. But dude, he tied Kurt tied the course record on Saturday with an 11 under 60. He shot 60 after almost missing the cut. That is proof you are just one round away from everything you've ever dreamt of in this game. So if you go out there, here, PSA to all the golfers out there that are frustrated, just know if you played the worst round of your life today, got to come back tomorrow because you never know. Could be the best one
And
ever.
just buy some new irons.
Or a new putter. You just need some new gear.
Putter,
You're hitting the wrong
driver.
ball.
It's all in the gear completely.
Yeah. Or even like stuff that doesn't really help, like a new bag. You know, it makes you feel good.
Oh,
like,
that definitely
He must have been hitting the balls Happy Gilmore was hitting with a little alcohol in them.
Yeah.
First
The
round.
twist off.
Also kind of fun. Kurt's brother, Daniel Kitayama, was caddying for him. He caddied the week before at the Barracuda and then joined him up to 3M. That's got to be an interesting dynamic because on one hand, like, you know each other, you know each other's vibe, you've grown up together, you kind of know the thing. But on the other hand, you know, at some point, is it just like, shut up? No, you shut up. Like, I don't know.
The funniest thing to me about this is that he said it wasn't his first choice. Like if I was caddying for my brother and we win and he's like, yeah, he wasn't my first choice. But I'd be like, come on.
Shut up, dude. You're like, you're pushing each other.
Yeah, right.
And then the mom yells in from the side, like, keep your hands to yourselves, boys.
With the trophy in his hand too.
Michael shotgun. Yeah. Joaquin Niemann, of course, back in the winner's circle again. Dude goes out and shoots 65, 63, 68. Just living in the 60s, having a great time. Finished 17 under. Won by 3 strokes over, and this, I think, is some of the best news, over Bubba Watson. And let me tell you why I think that is such great news, because Bubba Watson was in like the to-be relegation category just last year. And now here we got Bubba hitting driver off the deck, making back-to-back eagles. I mean, in full-blown Bubba form. To me, that's probably even more exciting than Joaquin Niemann for his 74th win on the LIV Golf Tour. Good to have Bubba back. Also, he was in Happy Gilmore too. You know, It's a big week for him.
And here's something kind of interesting, just talking about the whole relegation thing. So we all know that LIV just resubmitted to get their standings in the WPT and all that, or WGP, what is it? Dan?
OWGR, Official World Golf Rankings.
WGR, there we go. To get the world rankings, right? One of the biggest things is they say there's no clear path of how you can get to play on the LIV Tour. They just handpick people and whatever. So I was just watching LIV, and I don't know, it's been around for a while, but I have never seen it on LIV where they actually started talking about it. Do you think that that's one of the things they're really just trying to push a lot more of the whole relegation thing? Just they say, hey, no, there is a path here. We should be getting points. Here's the clear path. Everybody knows what our path is.
I mean, I think so, because, I mean, we all understand that the signature events on the PGA Tour only come from a handful of selected people. There's no cut. There's no Monday qualify. There's none of that. It's people who've just sort of earned their way in through doing well on this tour as a whole, and yet they get official world golf ranking points for that. But the path to get in is earning your way on the tour, then climbing the ranks of the tour, and then you get to get into signature events, and then you get to earn official world golf ranking points. So looking at LIV and saying, hey, there is a path, and once you're in, you get to play the tour, and then we get to earn points. Like, does the fact that they have some tournaments with Monday qualifiers and some without make it okay that we get points on the ones without? To me, we're starting to fall into the same category with signature events and LIV Golf and their path in. I think the only major discrepancy at this point is 4-day tournament over 3-day tournament. And is that really what this all comes down to? Because if we look back in the history of pro golf and we look at guys who have, Jack Nicklaus and the most majors and all this other stuff, well, some of the tournaments that we are calling for his major record were 36-hole events. Some of them were single-day 36-hole events. Some of them, like one of his majors, was an invite-only 5-person tournament. So, it's like, I don't know. Like, if we're going to be so cut and dry on what defines records and qualifying and official world golf ranking points and what wins matter in your historical record, well, then how far do we go back and audit this thing? And what version of this ancient game counts as the realest version? I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
I think that's the problem is I don't think everybody has their opinions, but there's no real right answer. So that's why we have this debate over and over.
Well,
there's easily a right answer.
Oh, yeah?
Let them start getting points so we can all see them play.
Oh,
together.
no, I meant for do we do 4 holes or 4 days or 3 days? I'm with you on that completely.
Yeah. Well, the problem is it's like we all have our own opinions, but the only opinions that matter are those that are on the voting board of the official world golf rankings, which is unfortunate.
I just don't get why it's such a big deal that LIV won't go to 4 days.
I think because they're trying to make a more watchable, consumer-friendly version of the game. I mean, I think that's the whole point of the shotgun start is it's like, because you think I go to these tournaments, like even when I was at the Open, which no, I don't think they should change the majors. Again, that's the weird part. Cause I'm like, I think majors should stay the same, but I think everything else doesn't matter. But either way, they had tee times going starting. It was like 7 a.m. and guys were on course till 9 p.m. Like that, you can't go to an event for 14 hours. Like that's just too long.
Yeah.
Now again,
14 hours, 4 days in a row.
14 hours, 4 days in a row. So when you look at, every other, why did baseball put in a pitch clock? What was the point? Anybody?
Speed up the game.
Yeah.
Speed up the game for television, for watchability, for everything about it. We live in the generation of TikTok and Instagram reels. Swipe, swipe, swipe. I want to have fun. I want to get my dopamine hit. I want to move on, and I want to go home, sit on my couch, and eat snacks. It's fine.
What's interesting is everybody said that putting that pitch clock, it was going to ruin it. People weren't going to like it. Stands, butts and seats in stands in MLB are up right now.
Wow.
Viewership's up too. I mean, I think it's a little bit different because it's like, imagine if the MLB was like, you know what, we're doing 7 innings now. We're not doing 9 innings anymore.
Ooh,
we
that would hurt.
forever.
That would be awful.
That's more, I feel like, comparable to the 4.
That's a good point. It's a good point. Well, I think what it is though is it's an attempt to look at the model and make it more, I don't know, consumable.
Yeah.
That to me is what it is. Is it right? Is it wrong? Does a shotgun start affect the validity of a round of golf? It's the fact that it's like you started on hole 9, you started on hole 2, you started on hole 7, like whatever. I don't think so. We all played all 18. Because to me, what's the difference that you get to start at 7 a.m. and you start at 4 p.m. and you start on hole 1 and you start on hole 9? I mean, the weather's different. Yeah. Everything, you're playing a different course. There's more ball marks on the green. There's more divots in the fairway. Like it's I don't know.
It almost makes more sense to have everybody start at the same time.
Kinda
because
does.
the extenuating factors are more equal if everybody's going at the same time.
Right, like everybody gets to play on a fresh hole.
Yep.
That has no divots and no pitch marks in the green, and then everybody gets to play on one that's been played 18 times.
Right, and the weather's a constant too. So.
Oh, I found those numbers. So far this year, Scotty Scheffler has made $19.2 million, and Joaquin Niemann has made $21.9 million. in the
Wow.
2025 golf season.
That's nuts.
So here's a question on the shotgun start that could be different from the PGA. So in the Open, how many players were playing?
What was
know?
the field? I forgot. Is it like is it in the 120s or the 140s? I don't remember.
So here's the tough part. If you're doing a shotgun start, if you have 18 holes, you have 4 person per hole, you're only at 72 people.
Well, what I'm saying, I don't think that everybody should go to that, and I don't think the format works for everything. I just don't think the format should be disqualified.
Fair.
Because
Totally fair.
in a lot of majors, they do split tees where they have players going off 1 and 10 at the same time. And at the Open, they don't do that because it's just there's so much daylight that everybody goes off of 1. But at the PGA Championship, still a major, nobody's going to disqualify it. They're going off 1 and 10. So it's like, well, if we're going to be like, well, the course needs to be played from the first tee or the 10th tee or it's like, how do you pick which version is the standard and the only version?
Well, and you could also easily just do in an open event or something like that. You could do 2 shotgun starts.
It's true.
You do 72 in the morning shotgun, then you do 72 in the afternoon. And based on whatever, maybe day 1, it's luck of the draw. And then day 2, it's based on how you perform day 1, and that's how you kind of divide it out.
And they flip flop it a lot of times. Like if you're a morning tee time on Thursday, you're going to be an afternoon tee time on Friday. And then after that, once it goes into cut, then it's just based on where you landed. If you barely made the cut, you're playing first thing in the morning. If you're leading the crowd, you're going to be teeing off last. And that's just the way it goes.
And for for Saturday, Sunday, you can still do shotgun start. You can still do all of that. It would be great.
I totally agree. Hey, have you guys heard about this young rising star in the LPGA?
Yeah, I have.
You have? What's her name?
Lottie Woad.
Lottie Woad. This girl's a rock star, pretty much. 21-year-old, won in her pro debut. First tournament out, first go at it, just flat out wins. Shoots a 21 under and wins by 3 strokes clear of the field. How fun is that? Momentum coming off she previously won the Women's Irish Open and placed 3rd at the Evian Championship as an amateur. So, I mean, we're talking like coming in podium finishes, leaves the amateur status behind, goes pro, flat out wins right off the bat and beats the field by 3. That is some pretty impressive golf, and that is a pretty impressive trophy right there.
It is a nice looking trophy.
It really is. I've never earned a trophy that big in my life for anything.
Really?
No, would you have?
I mean, the length, the height, yeah.
For what?
I won a few championships back in the day.
I won a Pinewood
Bowling.
Derby once, but that trophy sucked. Whatever.
Actually, Rich, they were all not bowling. It was baseball.
Wow.
Fair enough. That I'm the same way. I got a bunch of baseball trophies.
Oh, well, that counts then.
In the back of my mom's garage somewhere.
Well, I don't know. That's it for tour news. That's all I got. But there was some big news that rolled across my feed last night. Big news. We're talking big news.
How big?
About $200 million big.
Ooh.
Yeah. All of the chatter in the world of golf, in my opinion, has been around LIV Golf, the LIV Golf putter, the flying putting UFO. And we find out that some big old private equity firm comes swooping in and hands the gang $200 million for a majority stake in the LIV Golf company. $200 million. That's pretty big time.
Yeah.
I mean, for being, what do they have, like 5 products? I mean, they're not in like the iron game and wedges and making balls and all this stuff. Like they make, well, I think like 4 or 5 models of putters, and that's about it. I mean, of course, you can get different shafts, different lengths, all that, yada, yada. But at the end of the day, they've got like 4 or 5 products. But the wild part is how quick that they rose from sort of concept into private equity sale. I find that quite interesting.
Do you know what is cool? Sorry, I cut you off.
Go ahead.
If you notice, like, your fast food restaurants, so like In-N-Out and stuff, that only have like 4 or 5 different things on the menu.
Canes.
Canes.
Yeah, totally.
Like, everyone loves those places.
Yeah.
because you know what you're going to get. You know what you are going to order right away. It's like, this is the same thing. You know what you're getting from Lab. You're getting a putter, figuring out which one you want, and you see a lot of people grab them.
Well, let's run through the backstory real quick here. In 2011, Bill Press has a meltdown during a Monday qualifier. Questions if face balanced putters are actually balanced. He invents something called the revealer. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen this thing, but it's a thing where they put the putter in it, and then you hold these two handles, and as you take a putting stroke, it shows if the putter spins. And that was like a big part of the LIV Golf marketing over the last few years, but he invents that device first. You put your putter in it, and it sort of cradles it in a way where you can hold on to these side handles, and as you take a putting stroke, you see the thing just flopping and spinning around to figure out where the balance is, if it's, a toe hang or heel hang or whatever. Shortly after that, he builds the first torque-free design and launches the directed force putters. They look strange, clearly. Look just kind of like that thing right about there, flying UFO.
Is that the one that looks like almost like a fork?
No, it's this one where it's like this huge like hula hoop on the back with the flat face and whatever. So he builds one of these bad boys and puts it out. Now, this putter barely getting any attention. It's kind of like floating around like in the sort of under bowels of the internet and the golf community. 2018, a guy named Sam Hahn, he's a former music venue owner and lifelong tinkerer, discovers the putter online, and it fixes his stroke instantly. Hahn tracks down the struggling directed force company and partners with the founder, Press. He acquires the assets and rebrands it as LAB, Lie Angle Balanced. Anybody know that's what it stood for?
Nope.
Lie Angle Balance. That's what LIV Golf is. He moves the operations to Cresswell, Oregon.
What a great state.
Breakthrough moment just a year later. 2019, Adam Scott puts the directed force 2.1 in play at the Masters. Talk about a big moment. This guy goes from being angry at a Monday qualifier, figuring out that the balance of these putters doesn't make sense, makes this crazy whack job looking putter. Other guy comes along, gives a little boost, moves him to Oregon, and next thing you know, a year later, Adam Scott's dragging this thing out into the Masters. Raises eyebrows despite the spaceship look, and boy, does it have one. 2020, YouTube bump. Rick Shields and Peter Finch give glowing reviews. Sales triple overnight. Here's the real question. Tripling your sales is insane, but what were they? You know what I mean? Like, it's easy to triple like 3.
And also at that time in 2020, I mean, Good was just kind of like still up and moving. Like Rick Shields was like the only.
He was the guy.
He was the guy.
He was the guy. Later, shortly after that came the launch of the Mez 1 and the Mez 1 Max. Sleeker look, same tech. And then they started introducing custom fittings. And then that was a big deal. Once they could start getting people fit for the proper club, things really started taking off for them. And the tour adoption explodes. With a growing list of users, of course, Adam Scott, as we mentioned. Then Lucas Glover starts using the Mez 1 Max. You got Will Zalatoris, Garrick Higo, all kinds of guys. 2025, Rickie Fowler abandons the Jailbird, goes for the LIV Golf. Grant Horvat signs a partnership in 2025. Also through that time period, we had guys like Phil Mickelson, Carl Schwartzel, Jonathan Vegas, all spotted experimenting or gaming the LIV putters. And then it starts making its way through the LPGA. You got Hoi Ju Kim and others all using the LIV. And the moment that set it all ablaze was June 2025. JJ Spawn wins the U.S. Open using the LIV putter, drains the legendary 64-foot putt, and that has been replayed 10.5 million times.
He didn't even have to make it either.
He really didn't. And that was it. That's when everybody knew, I've got to go try this LIV. And I'm not even kidding. I was just cruising through the PGA Tour Superstore just last week, and I, of course, got to walk through and check out all the putters. And every time I walk over, I've got to hit the LIV. Like, I just want to know, like, am I going to have the light bulb moment? Do I need it? You know, I still haven't done it yet. Well, in July 2025, majority stake is sold to the El Catron or Cateron. I'm not sure how you pronounce that one. It is a giant private equity firm. And they are, I don't know if I wrote them down, but I was looking into this firm. Like, they own tons of huge luxury brands. And I don't remember what they were. It's like Louis Vuitton.
yeah.
Yeah, Louis Vuitton,
Hennessy.
Hennessy, all
They
kinds of
own
stuff.
Henny?
Yeah.
And of course, now they own a luxury line of putters. But the cool news is that Han, the CEO, is staying on to continue running the company. But man, what a big day. So you think this guy's starting the stuff in his garage. Nobody's really taking a look at it. Some music venue guy comes along in 2018. Adam Scott takes it to the Masters in 2019. And by 2025, private equity comes in for $200 million. What a payday. What an absolute payday.
Insane.
Yeah.
My favorite part of this story here was the fact that it started with a meltdown after a Monday qualifier.
Yeah.
How many inventions do you think came to be because someone was so fed up with another product they had a meltdown and just invented something new?
Where he's like in his garage forging steel and like, you know, he's got like his anvil and he's like hammering this
Like
thing.
Iron Man with the suit on in the
Yes.
cave. Yeah.
You don't know that movie.
No.
Yeah.
You got it.
That was for Josh.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know.
here's another really cool part about the whole lab putter thing.
Go on.
Now every time that you buy them, you get a pair of Birkenstocks and a gift card to PF Chang's.
Wait, is that
Those
real?
two companies are also owned by the same private equity firm. Yeah. Thank you, Reg. But that'd be great.
They own so many. I have a list here of
Oh,
just
It's crazy
it's
the list that they own.
insane.
Go through a few more. Just a couple notable if you've cared
Edible arrangements.
to. Okay.
Oh no.
Has anybody ever gotten an edible arrangement?
Nope.
Neither. You have?
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
used to do it all the
here's
time.
some of the cooler ones that they own. They own Peloton, Equinox, Solid Core. So if you're in the
Oh, wow.
fitness and wellness area, they own some beauty and personal care stuff. Kiko Melania, it's an Italian makeup brand. I don't really
Classically.
know much about that. They own Cholula hot sauce.
Wow.
Yeah. Another couple of retail experiences that you would know: Build-A-Bear.
Oh,
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
That's so great.
They Outback Steakhouse, PF Chang's, a wellness pet company, Baja Fresh, you know, so like
What a conglomerate.
Noodles and Company.
Do they
Yeah.
own anything else in the golf space? Or is this their breakout moment of investment here?
Golf and Sport is Lab Golf.
Wow.
Leslie's Pool Supplies.
Oh my God.
Classic.
Do
All
they
right, so
really
here's a-
own Leslie's Pool Supplies?
Yeah.
That's a random one.
Here's a question,
Brad,
guys.
that's a Chicago-based company that started off here.
Who is intrigued by the lab golf putters? Like, who wants to go hit one and figure out if it's right for you? Josh?
Yeah, because I like a well-balanced feel.
Yeah.
And even though it shouldn't matter what putter I'm hitting with, I still suck anyways. But I would like this. I've always been interested with this thing. If this feel, what it would feel like to have my shaft go in the middle of my putter.
Oh, I'm trying so hard right now.
So here's a question. What's better, Lab or the Jailbird?
Lab.
Well, I think they're two different concepts because the Jailbird isn't this sort of, what do they call it? What does lab stand for? Lie angle balance.
Yeah.
It's a different thing. But the Jailbird is of the Odyssey Golf Company. And have you seen their direct duplicate of the lab putter? I mean, it's identical. It is. The only difference is that lab has that circle for picking up your ball. Like, it's kind of nice. You can just like, droop. Odyssey didn't put that circle in it. It
It's
is
like a fork,
identical.
ain't
It's round. Like pull it up. Like look the Lab Odyssey dupe. I'm sure it'll come up immediately. I was hitting both of them the other day at the PGA Tour Superstore. I was like, it's the same thing. Now, here's the thing. Like, I guess you would look at like two sets of irons and be like, oh, you copied. It's the same thing. So I don't know how that works with copying club shapes, but am I right? Like,
Yeah,
it
you're
is-
right. What I was thinking about when I mean the forks, I mean it's not all the way around, but it does go all the way around. 'Cause
Yeah.
I know there are putters like that aren't really lab putters, don't really look like it, but the backs on a mallet are
Yeah.
I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about. I have
open.
one of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I love that they call Sam Hahn a lifelong tinkerer, whatever that means.
He's always been known for that.
Yeah.
If you ask his
Which, on a
mom.
side note, Dan, I realized that your jailbird putter is still in my bag from the last time we played together.
Oh, nice. Well, I haven't been using it, so you're welcome to keep using it.
It was in his backup golf clubs that were here from the weekend before. So,
And that bag had 2 putters in it too, so it's fine. It's totally fine. Well, maybe we'll all take a trip to the Tour Superstore and figure out if we can change our lives with a $550 putter.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. Or maybe we can get the Louis Vuitton company to send us a few to try out with some Birkenstocks and a PF Chang's gift card. I don't know. It would just be fine. I'd be fine with that. All right, guys. That's all I got for this week's show. Did I leave anything out? Anything else you guys want to throw in there before we go?
No.
No?
Go watch Happy Gilmore too if you haven't yet.
Yeah, well, if you haven't yet, I'm sorry we ruined it.
Yeah.
So, is there really a point at this point? Who knows? I don't know. That's all we got. And that is it for this week's Dan's Golf World Show, brought to you by the one and only Sports Illustrated.